The Nordstrom Anniversary Sale is here, and just like I do every year, I wanted to cut through the noise and share with you my top 5 favorites, i.e. the things that I think are most worth buying. I've gone through the entire catalog and I've actually done a more extensive post over on my website where I share all of the things that I think are worth looking at based on fabric composition, the styling, versatility, and also maximum impact that it will have in your wardrobe. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Nordstrom sale, basically this is new season stock at up to 40% off, which is amazing for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere who might be starting to think about your autumn winter wardrobes. We're currently in early access, which means you need to be a card member to shop these prices. I'll have a little infographic on screen so you can see when the different tiers open up, but general public access begins on the 15th of July. Now, one of the tips I share all the time is to add things that you really like to your wish list, because things tend to come in and out of stock throughout the sale, and then that way you can make sure that you don't miss out on something you've really got your eye on. So let's run through my top 5 picks, and at the end I'll also share some of the things I think you should avoid. We're going to start with knitwear, of course, and you know me, it's got to be natural fibers, and I found this absolutely stunning 100% merino wool cardigan from Eileen Fisher. Now, Eileen Fisher is actually a brand that I often recommend to my US-based styling clients. I think they have really good capsule wardrobe basics that come in really nice neutral colors, and this one comes in classic black in addition to a beautiful plummy eggplant color they're calling blackberry. It has patch pockets on the front, and the thing that drew me to it is the fact that it's actually a longer length. So this is great for those of you who are a little bit wider through the hip and want to wear something open that's not going to cut you off at the wrong place. You could also do this up and wear it tucked in just like a sweater if you liked. I wish that it had buttons as opposed to snaps, but I think that this is something you could easily alter yourself if you have the sewing skills to do so. But the fact that it's merino wool, it's going to be a really nice light layer, and this is great if you're thinking about how you can layer up without adding too much bulk. Also, a really good option to wear from work to weekend too. I have a couple of honorable mentions within the knitwear category as well that I had to share. The first one being from Nordstrom. This is an organic cotton and merino wool blend, which I think is a really beautiful combination. It's going to keep you nice and warm. It's also going to be reasonably easy to care for as well. It looks like it's quite a nice thick knit, very classic silhouette, being the crew neck with the ribbed trim at the cuff and also the hemline too. And I love the colors, that sort of icy green gray, and then also the lovely cream. The final sweater I wanted to quickly highlight is from Caslon, and this is 100% cotton. I know many of you out there have skin sensitivities to wool, and this is a really beautiful option. I'm actually wondering if this is maybe a dupe for something from Jenny Kane, because it comes in a few striped iterations, which are really chic too. I would maybe go up a couple of sizes if you're after that coastal grandmother kind of a vibe. Now, thinking about practicality, my second recommendation is a jacket, and I actually went through all of the coats in the sale preview and I didn't see any that really caught my eye except for some very expensive ones from Max Mara that want 100% wool. They all seem to have such a high polyester content that I felt like you could get better value elsewhere. But this jacket I think is brilliant. It is from Barbour. It is one of their classic waxed jackets. It has the corduroy collar in the caramel color, which I think is so beautiful. It really pops against the khaki green. And I mean, this is a classic. It's not going to date. It has the waxed cotton exterior, the cotton lining. It's water resistant, it's wind resistant, and also, it kind of leans in on this trend around brown jackets that we're seeing a lot lately, which I've seen the likes of the Row, Tote, Prada come out with their own versions. This is the OG. This is the one that will never feel like it gets old, and at 40% off, I really don't think you can go wrong. If you're looking for a new work tote, then I think that this is a great option to consider. It is the Madewell East-West Tote. Now, I like the fact that this is a really large compartment and it also has the pockets on the sides. And having purchased bags from Madewell in the past, having owned quite a few different ones, I can say that I have a lot of confidence in the quality of their bags and also the way that they hold up over time. Now, this isn't actually part of the sale, but I did just want to share with you my favorite bag from Madewell, just kind of illustrate my point. This is their bucket tote, which actually does fit a laptop and can be worn crossbody. This is another good option for a work bag if you've been looking, but my kids have dragged this around on the ground. I have not babied it. It has come with me traveling and it still looks like it is in fantastic condition. So that's why I feel like I can very confidently recommend this tote to you. I think it would be a really great option, and also beautiful colors for the autumn season too. Oh, and a few other things to mention about the bag. It is unlined, but if it is like my bucket tote, is going to have a treated interior, so it shouldn't have any color transfer. It also has a flat base, which means that it is going to stand up straight, so you've got that stability, and it has the magnet closure as well for that little bit of security. My next favorite from the sale is another item that you can take from work to weekend, and they are these beautiful black tailored trousers from Good American. Now, I was specifically drawn to these because they remind me a lot of a pair of pants that I have from Dish, which have gone on to be one of my most worn items in my wardrobe. Now, these are 100% polyester, but I personally don't mind this, especially for a trouser that you're planning to wear for work, because for a start, they're going to be very, very easy to care for. You're just going to be able to throw them in the wash and then you can iron them at home rather than having to worry about the fuss of taking them to a dry cleaner or being worried that if you put them in a wool wash setting in your washing machine that they are maybe going to come out looking a little bit distorted or shrunken. Because I know the stress of when you're laundering something like that for the first time. They're black, so they're classic and timeless. They're going to go with everything. I love the pleat detail at the front. And also the other thing I just want to mention about Good American is that quite often I feel like their styles are cut with a wider seat, which means that they're also going to be perfect for girls who are curvier around their hips. I'm going to put some pictures on screen just to illustrate all the different ways that you could wear a pair of black pants, but to me they're the ultimate wardrobe workhorse. You can wear them for the office, a night out, on the weekend, traveling. They kind of just fill every single gap in your wardrobe depending on the different items that you choose to wear them with. And that is why I'm quite happy also to spend a little bit more on something like this, especially when I know that I can care for it easily. If your style tends to be a little bit more casual, or maybe you don't work in a formal office setting, I did see another pair of black trousers in the sale that I thought would be a great shout. They're from Zella and they have an elasticated waistband, but I think these are the type of pant that you could easily dress up because they have a really nice smooth finish. They're black. They do come in a few different colors, but I would recommend the black for this particular purpose. So I think that that kind of tends to hide the formality level of an item when it is in black as opposed to in a different color. And I could easily see these also working for the office as well, especially if you were in more of a casual setting, seeing as they don't have that zip fly detail, but they look so comfortable and actually are something that are currently on my wish list. I also really love that wide leg. I think they'd be very flattering on. The final item that I want to recommend is a pair of shoes, and they are these beautiful slingbacks from Vince. Now these are a little bit more on the expensive side, which is why I think a time like the anniversary sale is a great opportunity to snag them at a really good discount before the season has even begun. They come in quite a few different colors. I personally love the chestnut suede. I think that is so beautiful, rich. They look really nice and soft, especially at the heel where the band will sit. I think these are a nice kind of casual shoe that feels a little bit more elevated and dressy. A great way to look like you put in that effort when you really haven't. If you want kind of vibrant bursts, and the red would be a really fun choice too. And if you got the black, you could easily wear them with a tight if you wanted a little bit more coverage on the leg, and maybe you're wearing them with a skirt, or even you could get those little stocking socks and pair those with them too. It would just look very seamless. I also like the fact that they have that kind of slightly squared toe detail too. It kind of feels modern and fresh, a little bit angular. Honorable mention goes to the Nordstrom Mary Jane flats, which I think is super affordable. They're 100% leather, and this was something I was keeping an eye out on when I was looking through the sale. I wanted to be recommending items that were high quality and made from good materials. I like that they come in quite a few different colors, including silver and red. I think that those are really playful ways to express your personal style, and I believe the price comes down to about 75 US dollars. I've got it in Australian dollars here, so I'm just doing the little math calculation for the exchange rate in my head, but I believe that that is an excellent price, especially for a pair of 100% leather shoes. Which actually, don't sleep on Nordstrom's own brand items. I feel like they've got some great staples, especially if you're just kind of trying to round out or build your wardrobe. Particularly in the shirting category, they have this lovely blue shirt, which I just wanted to highlight here, which is in a striped pattern, and it's a longer fit, so you could easily wear this one open. You could wear it as a beach cover up, but also for the office too. In terms of the things that I recommend that you avoid buying from the sale, number one is those Spanx leggings that pretty much every single influencer content creator is going to tell you to buy. They're not great. They're not it. I have bought them before, and I will say I was sorely disappointed. I felt like I had been duped, and it's why I'm making it my mission to tell you every single year not to buy those leggings. Do not get sucked into the hype, because I reckon other brands do them better. I personally prefer the Commando ones. They were just not right. They didn't feel high quality. They felt very cheap. The other thing I don't think that you should buy from the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale is any sort of knitwear that has synthetic blended into it, just don't do it. Save your money. There are so many brands out there that do amazing 100% cotton knits that are really affordable. So I would seek out alternatives as opposed to wasting your money on something that is probably not going to wear very well. There is no need for these knits to have synthetic in them. The final thing that I think you should avoid buying from the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale are sandals. I saw so many sandals when I was browsing through, and I was kind of perplexed because I don't know who is wearing sandals in the autumn time, especially if you live somewhere where the seasons are very distinct. To me, a sandal is more of a spring-summer option, and given that we're going to be coming to the peak of end of season sales, I think that you'll get a better deal on current season sandal stock. So those are my top 5 picks from the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale, along with some honorable mentions. I hope that you found this video helpful. Don't forget, head over to my website. I have all of those other favorites that I found from the sale linked over there. And I want to know, are you buying anything this year? Have you seen anything that's caught your eye? Personally, I feel like the sale is much better this year than it was in 2023. I was quite disappointed last year by the edit and the curation, but I want to know your thoughts. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little bonus video, and I will see you on Monday morning with a brand new one. See you soon. Bye.